Now, Wednesday brings the next chapter of one of the most historic rivalries in World Cup history. England against Argentina. As you can see, our sports news correspondent, Geraint Hughes, is here to talk us through it all. Geraint, first of all, who leads the head-to-head here then?
England.
There we go.
Yeah, it is. The omens are looking good for England on this one. World Cups, they've met 5 times. We'll get into that shortly. England lead 3-2. Overall, there have been 14 matches between England and Argentina. England are up in that. 6 wins, 3 defeats, 5 draws. I say 14. One of them, I think the second meeting back in the early 50s. The first time they met was like 1951.
Yeah.
1953. The game only lasted 20 minutes. It was abandoned by rain. I don't know if it counts, but it's gone down as a draw because it was 0-0.
Yeah. But
it's that one. If anyone's going to be messaging in saying we got that wrong. But yeah, England are up in the head-to-head as well. They haven't met in an awfully long time, though, Jo.
Yeah.
We're going to go through the World Cup stuff now. Let's start with the first World Cup meeting in 1962. This was straightforward.
Yeah.
Really up at this. So 3-1, but it was easy. That was pretty much just a consolation. England were 3-0 up, goals from Ron Flowers, but then names that are much more familiar. Bobby Charlton and Jimmy Greaves, who's in one of the photos there. But look at the photos there. They're great old photos. But they won the game easily there in Chile. Then we go on to 66.
Yeah.
Things now become a little bit more complicated, Jo.
Yeah.
And a little bit more controversial.
Maybe where the rivalry began, fair to say?
Well, I think there's probably rivalry there anyway, but
Yeah.
this ramped it up massively. Right, 1966, so England go on to win the World Cup. This was the quarter-final. I'm just going through the nuts and bolts here. 1-0 victory, Geoff Hurst scores the goal. Sir Geoff Hurst, as he became, scores the goal. So England there, quarter-finals, beat Argentina through to the semi-finals. However, that doesn't say half of it. On this photo here, you've got Sir Alf Ramsey, the manager of England. He's actually holding one of the England players and stopping him from taking his shirt off. He was fuming with the Argentinian players then, and he demanded that no England player share or swap their shirt with them. And also, whether this was the best diplomatic language ever, Alf Ramsey called Argentina animals. Now, that is one of the infamous phrases in football, and it's stuck. Argentina have always remembered this one. Now, the reason why Alf Ramsey's comments came is because the game was physical. Let's just say really physical. There were no yellow and red cards back then. There was a lot going on the pitch. Some of the England players have spoken about it. It was not just the physicality. It was the little needling, pulling of hair, spitting, all that kind of thing as well. Also made infamous as well, the Argentine captain, Antonio Ratin, was sent off. Not red-carded, sent off. They weren't around then, red cards, was sent off. Took him nigh on just under 10 minutes to get off the pitch with all the arguing as well. There was a little bit of I think, kerfuffle, you could say, in the tunnel afterwards, the game as well. This game goes down in history as an infamous game.
Yeah.
Now,
I was going to say, we're talking about games that go down in history.
Right. So, 20 years later, this game, I think, paint the picture, the scenario around this game. Politically, this was an incredibly tense time. Just 4 years earlier, the two nations have been at war with the Falklands conflict as well. So Argentina were very much viewing this game as an opportunity to maybe definitely beat England to send a wider message beyond a sporting message as well. So it's politically charged. There were real huge concerns about whether there'd be crowd trouble between the Argentine and the England fans out there as well. I remember a lot of tension at the time as well. So that's off the pitch. Let's get on the pitch. Can I just say he had a starring role? Let's put it that way. One Diego Armando Maradona. First goal. It's the hand of God. How did Diego Maradona, all 3'2" of him, get the better of England's 6'2" goalkeeper Peter Shilton? The hand of God. That's 1-0. Then go from that to probably the greatest goal ever scored at a World Cup as well by Diego Maradona. 11 touches, 11 seconds. It took him to pirouette and spin and just go through the England midfield and the England defence. 2-0. England came back. John Barnes came on as a sub and really changed things. He was brilliant on the left-hand side. Argentina couldn't cope with him. Getting crosses in. Gary Lineker scored one to get it back to 2-1. I think a lot of people remember almost an identical move in the game as well and thought Lineker had scored but somehow hadn't. but it ended 2-1 in the Azteca as well. That's why a lot of the emotion the other day with the Mexico game. That's the first time they played there since then. So that was 1 to Argentina. So what are we now? We are 1-2. We're 2-1. 2-1 to England. This one, 1998. Glenn Hoddle's England this time round, and you've got some real young players on show. David Beckham and Michael Owen. I'm going to start with Michael Owen over here because I think this is the moment that he was sort of paraded to the wider world. He scored a ridiculously good goal where he picked up the ball in his own half. It wasn't just the way he ran round players, one of them being Maurizio Pochettino, the USA manager, former Tottenham manager, not the way he went round him, it's the speed. And he scored this ridiculous goal as well. It ended 2-2 and went to penalties, but England did a lot of the game down to 10 men. David Beckham, again, would this be a red card probably at this World Cup? I'm not sure. Kim Milton-Nielsen, the referee, a straight red. Beckham's on the floor. He's been fouled by Argentina player. Diego Simeone is walking past him and he flicks up the leg, gets sent off to incredulity of the England team. But England battle hard for a 2-2 draw, goes to penalties. Argentina win it 4-3. So we are at 2-2.
4 years later.
Redemption.
Revenge, redemption.
For David Beckham. Now, the reason why, we're not kind of just making this up. After 1998, David Beckham getting sent off, the coverage of Beckham, the abuse, was unreal. It was unfair. It was absolutely ridiculous. So Beckham he was the captain by then as well, but the pressure, the abuse, it was being built of this huge game, the rivalry between England and Argentina anyway, goes to the group stage, penalty, Michael Owen wins it, goes over Maurizio Pochettino quite easily from memory, but it doesn't matter, it was a penalty. Beckham steps up, a lot of tension, drills the penalty home, 1-0 victory, group stages, but it was a victory over Argentina. So World Cup played 5, England have won 3, Argentina 2. The 6th episode comes on Wednesday.
We'll
see what we can get on there. Just one thing about a very quick little sign-off, because I do like this one. Argentina, obviously, they are the holders of the World Cup. England have played holders of the World Cup 3 times before. Played the holders. They've lost them all. Goes back to 1954, Uruguay, 1962, a great Brazil side, and then 4 years ago, England played France in the quarterfinals. They were, of course, the holders of the World Cup then. They lost that as well. So another, if England are going to get through to the final, not only will it be another sort of, another one on the table of victories over Argentina, they will beat the holders of a World Cup for the very first time to make it through, to keep their tournament going.
Intriguing stuff.
It is.
All right, for now, thank you very much. Right.
एक छोटे से गांव में अमीना नाम की एक गरीब औरत रहती थी। उसका एक छोटा बेटा था जिसका नाम अयान था। अमीना का पति कई साल पहले इस दुनिया से जा चुका था। अब वह अकेले ही अपने बेटे की परवरिश कर रही थी। उनके घर में न बिजली थी, न अच्छे कपड़े और न ही 2 वक्त का खाना पक्का होता था। लेकिन एक चीज थी जो कभी कम नहीं हुई, अल्लाह पर भरोसा। हर सुबह अमीना नमाज पढ़ती, हाथ उठाकर दुआ करती और कहती, या अल्लाह, मुझे भूखा रखना मंजूर है, लेकिन मेरे बेटे को कभी मायूस मत होने देना। इसके बाद वह लोगों के घरों में सफाई का काम करती और जो कुछ मिलता उसी से गुजारा करती। एक दिन हालात इतने खराब हो गए कि घर में खाने का एक दाना भी नहीं बचा। अयान मासूमियत से अपनी माँ के पास आया और बोला, मी, आज खाना कब मिलेगा? मुझे बहुत भूख लगी है। अमीना की आंखों में आंसू आ गए, लेकिन उसने मुस्कुराते हुए बेटे को सीने से लगाया और कहा, बेटा, अल्लाह अपने बंदों को कभी अकेला नहीं छोड़ता, थोड़ा सब्र करो। उसने घर के खाली बर्तन चूल्हे पर रख दिए और उसमें सिर्फ पानी उबालने लगी ताकि बेटे को लगे कि खाना बन रहा है। अयान इंतजार करते करते सो गया। उस रात अमीना सजदे में गिर पड़ी। वह रोते हुए कहने लगी, या रब, मैं टूट गई हूँ, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं बचा, लेकिन मुझे यकीन है कि तेरी रहमत कभी खत्म नहीं होती। रात के आखिरी पहर दरवाजे पर दस्तक हुई। अमीना ने दरवाजा खोला तो बाहर कोई नहीं था, लेकिन दरवाजे के सामने एक बड़ा थैला रखा था। उसमें आटा, चावल, दाल, तेल, दूध, फल और कुछ पैसे भी थे। साथ में एक छोटी सी पर्ची रखी थी। उस पर लिखा था, अल्लाह अपने सब्र करने वाले बंदों को कभी अकेला नहीं छोड़ता। अमीना रो पड़ी। उसने आसमान की तरफ देखा और कहा, शुक्र है मेरे मालिक, तूने मेरी इज्जत भी रख ली और मेरे बेटे का पेट भी भर दिया। अगले दिन पूरे गांव में यह बात फैल गई, लेकिन किसी को नहीं पता था कि यह सामान किसने भेजा। कुछ दिनों बाद गांव में रहने वाला एक अमीर व्यापारी अमीना से मिलने आया। उसने कहा, बेन, कई दिनों से मैं तुम्हें देख रहा था। तुम्हारी गरीबी से ज्यादा तुम्हारा सब्र मुझे दिखाई देता था। मैंने कई बार सोचा कि तुम्हारी मदद करूं, लेकिन मुझे डर था कि कहीं तुम्हें बुरा न लगे। उस रात जब मैंने तुम्हें नमाज के बाद रोते हुए दुआ करते देखा, तब मुझे यकीन हो गया कि अल्लाह ने मुझे तुम्हारी मदद के लिए चुना है। अमीना मुस्कुरा दी। उसने कहा, भाई, मदद आपने नहीं की, अल्लाह ने आपको ज़ुरिया बनाया। व्यापारी की आंखें भर आईं। उसने फैसला किया कि अब वह हर महीने गांव के गरीब परिवारों की मदद करेगा। धीरे धीरे कई लोग उसके साथ जुड़ गए। पूरा गांव बदलने लगा। अब कोई बच्चा भूखा नहीं सोता था। सालों बाद अयान बड़ा होकर एक कामयाब डॉक्टर बना, लेकिन उसने कभी अपनी गरीबी नहीं भूली। उसने अपनी पहली कमाई से गांव में एक मुफ्त क्लिनिक खोला। क्लिनिक के बाहर एक बोर्ड लगाया गया जिस पर लिखा था, यह जगह उस माँ के सब्र की निशानी है जिसने मुझे सिखाया कि इंसान नहीं, अल्लाह सबसे बड़ा सहारा है। तो जिंदगी में मुश्किलें हर इंसान पर आती है। कभी रोजगार की परेशानी, कभी बीमारी, कभी गरीबी, लेकिन जो इंसान सब्र करता है और अल्लाह पर पूरा भरोसा रखता है, उसके लिए ऐसे रास्ते खुलते हैं जिनकी वह कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकता। याद रखिए, सब्र कभी बेकार नहीं जाता। अल्लाह की रहमत देर से आती है, लेकिन सबसे बेहतर वक्त पर आती है। अगर इस कहानी ने आपके दिल को छुआ हो तो वीडियो को लाइक करें, अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना न भूलें। अल्लाह हम सभी को सब्र, ईमान और हलाल रिज़्क़ अता फरमाए। आमीन।